Yeah,
Bro,
of
you were
course, I was
gassed.
gassed, but obviously to the media back then, I thought I was doing
Yes.
so I had to run with that one.
I grew up watching.
I had to run with that one still.
Yo, it's your boy Harry Pinero, and welcome back to the Inside Scoop. Of course, I'm joined by my co-host, the one and only Culture Cams, is in the building. Now, look, you lot don't see us unless we got special guests.
There we go.
You've seen us do Tony Rudiger, or Laena, and then thinking, how can you go higher? Well, we've gone higher. The one and only number 17. Don't shoot. Alex Iwobi is in the building.
What you saying, boy?
No, it's a pleasure, brother.
That intro is insane, but higher.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
No, do you know what it is,
We
though?
might have disrespected Aina and
And
Rudiger.
Rudiger.
We gotta
I know.
respect
You know what it
all
is,
our
though?
guests, bro.
Listen,
Higher?
This is just a play for all the players that come. If you come here, you're higher. It's simple as that. No, but respect to both of our guests. But I think the reason why we wanted to get Alex, because you've had an incredible season, more importantly, but you are a person off the pitch as well. And I think that's the one reason why we wanted to bring you on here. Someone's making noise, but it's fine though. But the reason why I wanted to bring, because you're an incredible person and more important.
Yeah.
But we're going to start in the beginning, the beninging.
In the Meningu.
Obviously, you grew up Essex, London, East London, right? What was it like for you growing up? And what position did you play when you was younger? Was you always a winger, number 10? Ooh.
Nah, see how like even nowadays I don't have a position. Like wherever the manager tells you to play, I play. I've been like that since a kid. So when I was playing at my Sunday league team, like I'd take goal kicks, sprint up the pitch, try and win second balls, and then there was I don't know if you know Chuba Akpom.
Yes, of
course.
You're a striker, so I'll do all the dirty work, pass it to him, and he's finishing.
So you lot played together that young? What team was this?
Ripaway.
Rippleway. Okay. I didn't even know that you guys played with each other.
Yeah, bro.
That's your day one then, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I went through Arsenal as well.
So when you guys was playing, was there like, did you both get scouted for Arsenal around the same time?
Yeah. So we're started at the Sunday league team at 6.
Yeah.
Then we got scouted to go Arsenal or West Ham. Then we both signed at 9 at Arsenal.
That's cold. That's cold. So obviously, you know what, yeah? We have to get the generic stuff out the way because we don't want this to be a generic episode.
No, of course.
Yeah,
But every single episode you get somebody speaks to you about Okocha being your family, as you can see.
Bro, the top has been killing me.
As you can see, people, as you can see, you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, you grew up in a football family because also your dad played football as well.
Yeah, he did.
So was that like always instilled in you that go and be a football player, or was it just something that you made that decision yourself?
Nah, I've always made a decision myself. But obviously, like you said, I'm in a football family, so football naturally just comes around. There's always the conversation. We'll go to the park or something, and there's always football, so I always get involved. And yeah, it's like it is just a natural love for football in the family. Like even my mum, my sister tried it. They work out for her. They work out for her, boy. She can say that respectfully. But yeah, everyone's tried football in the family. Everyone loves it.
That's cool.
Did you have any idols growing up, like, or was the fact that you came from a football family and Okocha's in your family? Was you like, I want to be like Unks, or was there someone outside of the family that you was like, that's?
No, not really. Well, obviously, I've been blessed enough to have an uncle like that. I've been able to go watch his games when he was at Bolton, especially and Hull. But
Streets will never forget, man.
yeah, bro. So I've never really had any other role model but him because not only I'm seeing the football side, I've seen him as a person off the pitch.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to like not copy him because I want to have my own legacy as well.
Yeah,
but I use that as like an idol to like try and follow.
Yeah. So you signed for Arsenal and you said 9 years old. That was 2004.
Something like that.
So that's last time Arsenal won the league, by the way. But
Say no,
we
bro.
won't.
You must say no, bro.
We won't say too much after that. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe that's what influenced his decision. Mate, I don't know. But did you grow up supporting Arsenal, or was that like obviously you're in the academy and then you become an Arsenal fan, or did you grow up? Was that your first team that you supported?
Yeah, I'll say it's the first team I support because Arsenal's basically all I knew as a kid. So when I'm obviously going to school and wearing the shirt, like I'm growing to love the team more and more. I'm learning about the history, learning about everything about Arsenal. So yeah.
That's nice.
You see, like at that time, because I'm trying to figure out if I was that age, what my psyche would be like signing for Arsenal. And obviously, I'm sure you probably get to see the first team train and something like that. What was that like for you at that young age? Can you remember, or was it still just fun for you at the time?
Nah, it was just fun, man. It was just fun. Like you're getting given Arsenal kits, you're going back to school, primary school, everyone's gassing. But you know, growing up in East London at the time, because that's when I signed, everyone just wants to be like, hey, I'm faster than you, man. I don't really care. Like, everyone cares that you play ball. I'm faster than him, man. I can play for Arsenal. I can shoot harder than him. Like, that's what the people cared about back then. So then who can try and get the most nutmeg sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just happy to say that I'm playing for Arsenal. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world at the time. Even now, to be fair.
So that crop of, you mentioned AFCON. Actually, I didn't realize that you actually
What a
came
gunman,
up from,
by the way.
bro.
What a
He
gunman.
was like Thierry Henry in the academy, bro.
Brother,
He was
unreal.
genuinely like Henry. Like they said they called him Titi in the academy.
I don't know. I didn't call him TT. Respectfully, but trust me, he was cold. He was cold.
I was moving like he was there.
Bro, that's what I heard, bro.
That was
That's
you.
I heard that, bro. I heard. But obviously, who else is that in that like crop when you first started at Arsenal? Who else is that crop of Haaland players?
So when I first started, there was obviously me, Chuba, Josh Vickers. He's a goalkeeper at, I'm not sure what team he is right now, but he was at Derby. I don't know if he's still there. And there was Jack Jebb, Brandon Ullman Ottewell. He plays in Holland somewhere. Austin Lippman. Those are the main names when I first signed.
And who was there? Like obviously, very early. It could change because when you actually like become a scholar and stuff, it can change from when you first start. But who was that player in the academy around that time that was seen as like the best? Other than, I guess, Akpom had all the attention, but was there somebody else like
those names I said? So in my set, I was the only born in 1996 that played for like England at the time. But all these men that obviously born like September, October, November, like Chuba, Jack Jebb, Brandon, Austin, they all played. Josh Vickers, they all played for England. So those men were like, yeah, those are the main pupils.
So what was it?
And Alfred Mugabo. I don't know if you lot know about him, but he was playing for Rwanda and he played like under 60 World Cup against Sterling, and it was a big thing.
Swear.
Yeah, it was mad.
I'm gonna check that out.
But you see, at that age though, yeah, when you see like people already playing for England, right? What does that do for you at that age? Because I see like a lot of young players now, you probably might have played with someone, but they get that move straight away. Does it make you feel like you need to work harder, or it's just not your time?
Of course, you always feel like you need to work harder, but it just motivates you. Obviously, them man were playing England before me because they're 1995.
Yeah.
So I was just waiting my turn 1996. When the time comes, like I need to make sure that I'm at least selected or they're thinking about me, sort of thing. So yeah, I've always used it as motivation. Like with football or anything in life, there's always like, it's not always smooth. It's not always a smooth journey. So I've always had that as in the academy. I got told I was going to let go or go other clubs. So yeah, there's always new motivation I can use, and to play for England was one of them.
So touching on what you were just saying, right? There was talks that around 14 and 16 that they were almost going to release you. What was that like, and how did you overcome that? But especially when you knew or you were hearing that they might release you, what's that whole process like for people that don't know what it's like in the academies?
So 14 was the toughest one because like I'm still heavily in school. I had that conversation because like I said, I'm born in May, so I'm one of the late bloomers in my year.
Same.
Yeah, bro.
Wait,
Where were you? May what?
May 6th.
And you're... Ooh.
That's the thing,
I
though.
knew it.
That's how we get along.
Joint birthdays, yeah? October.
Don't give a damn, man. I'm not buying October.
So yeah, no, because I was a late bloomer. Like they always said, you're not physically ready to compete with your age. So I was like, but your technique's good. So just keep working and hopefully like you improve. But you just need to keep improving yourself. So 14, they told me that like there's a question mark on my name, but then I overcome it. But it's just going back to school, trying to manage it, and you're just playing with your mind as well as trying to balance your schoolwork. It was a bit long. But 16 was better because like they gave me a scholarship, but everyone playing for England got a pro, and I was the only one playing for England that didn't get a pro.
Right,
So then that's when I was like, okay, mad. Then they said, if you want to go, you can go. So I was thinking, I've never heard that one before. Like, if you want to go, you can go. Yeah. So me and my dad and my agent went to like different clubs. Went to Palace. We went to Celtic. Well, I didn't go to Celtic. My agent went to. I went to Palace, and I was like, nah, you know what? I've overcome hurdles before. Let me try again. And Arsenal's my home, innit? Arsenal's all I know. And you know that saying, grass is not always green on the other side. So I said, you know, let me just take my chance at Arsenal.
Yeah, that could have ended a bit techie, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Palace was still in the Premier League around that time.
I think so.
But they were floating with relegation as well. That probably would have changed the scope of things. But with all glory to God, you ended up staying. Made your debut at 19, yeah? So
three years later after that.
3 years later.
Got to give him respect.
But this is what I love. This is
Gotta
why I
give him
love
that
these
respect.
conversations, because it's the mindset. Like when you get to that place where you're making your debut, yeah, what was that like? And what was the conversation with Arsène like? How did that whole situation happen? Did you know you was gonna start? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, my official debut against Sheffield Wednesday, he did like prep me. Like he said, there was like 5 youngsters playing. So he said, look, it's your time because you've been training well. You're proving yourself every day in training. Like, I'm gonna give you a chance. He spoke to the youngsters like, what you do in training, go and have fun, express yourself. But there was also like 5 first-team players regularly playing, so they should help us. Even though we got smoked 3-0.
That Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, we got smoked still. But it was unlucky because like...
Was it a league?
Man said unlucky.
Man
said unlucky.
No, it was unlucky. You know what? Wait, hold on. Let me explain.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Wait, was it League Cup?
Yeah.
That's why though.
No, but 3.
No, but
on your
let me
dome.
explain. So I think the first 10 minutes, like Chamberlain's come off injured.
Yeah.
Walcott's come off injured. All discombobulated right now. And then
The OGs are just.
the OGs are just dropping, and then you're trying to rely on the youngsters to like.
Yeah.
But I had a decent game, innit? I had a decent game. Get me? Wenger spoke to you after, said, "Look, you played well. You're one of the stand-up players." So I took that as a positive. I'll be greedy. I'll be selfish then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lost 3-0. Just happy to make my debut though.
Who was the first person that you called when you were making your debut and after the game? So obviously you're excited, innit? You lost, but you're still buzzing about it. Who's the first person that you called?
My parents, straight away.
Yeah.
My parents, all the time. I called them. But obviously, like, the way betting and all these things is, when you speak to someone and tell them the starting lineup, you have to tell them with confidentiality and make sure, like, yo, don't say anything to, because I know my dad would like to go and put in his family.
Alex is
On
starting.
Facebook.
Alex is starting. Go and make your
buy
bet.
tickets.
He will start at this time. Yeah, you don't want that.
So, he was excited, but like, he had to hold it in. But then once the team sheet came out, then you get me, you spread the word. But yeah, no, my parents, every time there's good news, bad news, they're the first people that know.
So that was your official debut, but your Premier League debut, he came on for Mesut Ozil. Ozil was the person that you came on for. Firstly, talk to us about what it's like making your Premier League debut, and secondly, we have to hear what your thoughts are about Mesut Ozil, like playing with somebody that good, bro.
So to make my Prem debut, it was against Swansea. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice, but I wanted to come on and it was only like 2 minutes at the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first team players like, you know what, we had a corner, said just go pass it, at least get a touch. I was like, I say no, at least I touch the ball in it. Yeah. But yeah, like because I was on the bench a few times, I didn't think I was gonna play. Then when I get the call, I was like, oh mad. And Swansea's even more special because like my grandparents lived there, my cousins lived there. It's random, yeah. But, so it was nice, man. But then yeah, like you said, Ozil, one of the smartest players I've ever seen. Like I'm sure he has eyes at the back of his head. The guy sees passes that no one sees, and he always feels it's like he's almost too chilled. Yeah, it's like there's no pressure on him. That's one of the best players I've ever played with.
Do you feel like he was utilised well enough at Arsenal? Because what we saw at Real Madrid, it was special. When we saw glimpses of his magic at Arsenal, but do you think we got the best out of him? Arsenal did.
Obviously, not the way Real Madrid did. Not the way Real Madrid. Obviously, it's 2 different leagues, 2 different teams. Then some will say the intensity in the Prem's a bit higher than Spain, but obviously, like he's class. Like he was able to adapt. Maybe didn't get as much recognition as he did at Real Madrid, but us players that played with him appreciated his qualities all the time.
Yeah.
You've obviously played in the Champions League as well for Arsenal as well. You faced Pep's Bayern, yeah. Now, obviously, look, I want you to know we're not here to just show all your losses.
No,
yeah?
it's calm.
You know what I was gonna say, yeah. But that one, that was like 5-1. Yeah, but obviously, you played against Pep's Bayern, right? Before he came to the Premier League and obviously destroyed the Premier League. What did you take from that game, witnessing Pep at the top of his game?
You know what? Now thinking about it, I didn't really take in what he was doing. I just see like these players are machines, like Robben, Alaba, like Thiago. They were just players, and it just felt like I'm just one step slower than these lot, man. Like they were just so refined. Like it was crazy. Like Bayern. Maybe, but that's all how Pep's players are. I don't know what he instills in them, but when I played against Bayern, it's like, yo, 5-1. I remember Wenger. I've never seen Wenger vex. Yeah. But that game...
What happened? What did you do?
Bro, a few man hold some corn still in the change room. I'm not going to out and no one in it, but I was lucky I wasn't one of them. Bro, he was going around, I was thinking, yo, I could be next. Yeah. But nah, Wenger, the main thing is give 100%. Obviously, Arsenal's had quality, but that game he was fuming.
Around that time, yeah, I felt like Arsenal, Barcelona were the best footballing team for me in terms
of
actually playing football.
Okay.
Right? What do you reckon was the problem why they couldn't take it to like the levels of where Pep went to? Because I don't ever like, for example, you had Santi Cazorla, you had Ramsey, you had so many great players, but it just didn't seem as if it could be sustained. What do you reckon the problem was?
I don't know, that's a good question. That's consistency. I always say all the time, like, but it's tough because, like, if you see our training sessions, wow, the tempo, the way the ball moves, like, no more than three touches per person. Like, it's just crazy. But then some games it works, and then when you play like the Bayerns, the Uniteds, or the Cities of the time, just like, it was always tough. So I couldn't tell you what it was. I don't know what it was, honestly.
You played 2 Champions League games that season, right? One is obviously Pep's Bayern. The other game you started, I believe it is, against MSN Barcelona, right? And I think you lost
3-1.
3-1.
Oh, and then he scored.
Bro,
He was gassed.
I need you to talk about what that was like, being on the same pitch as Messi, Neymar, Suarez. Messi, Neymar, Suarez actually scored. Those are the 3 goals scored, which is crazy. But what was that like? Because that's a different level, bro. You must have been like, yo, wow.
So when I'm playing football, I'm in my zone, innit?
Yeah.
So I just see it as if like I'm playing in the cage with the man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in my zone. But then it's after, when I'm deep in what happened, like, I'm in the tunnel, but this I know Messi's gone. Like, he's so gone. Before we even get onto the pitch, it was Messi, Messi. Bearing in mind, have like Busquets, Iniesta, Neymar, but all you hear is Messi. He's the last one to come onto the field, and he's bare small.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, wow, like, how's this little man that being a magician? And when he's on the pitch, no one goes near him. Like, it's mad. There's almost like a radius, like no one can go near him. It's peak, and if you do, I remember I tried to get near him, and I had studs. I slipped. Bro, I promise you.
Man said you had a force field, you
So
know?
God said, not today.
Bro, he did the smallest chop. I slipped. My legs gave way. And I don't. Back then I was wearing studs. I don't wear studs no more. But yeah, no, it was fake. That he was mad, and then obviously it was around the time Neymar was getting love for that touch he does all the time.
Yeah.
Did that against us. Then yeah, bro, just crazy. I'm playing against Dani Alves, bro. Like, there's some players, bro. Some players, but only deep to after. When I'm in the zone, I just see them as like I'm playing with like my friends.
Yeah, that's messy.
Look, I've said some things about Neymar, yeah? I've said, for me personally, I prefer him to Ronaldinho, yeah? Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Hold on. I like to. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Ronaldinho's my GOAT, you know.
Okay, is it because of nostalgia? You've played against Neymar, right? And you've seen what he can do, yeah? Am I moving mad? Be honest.
It's opinionated.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. It's opinionated.
Yeah,
There's no right or wrong in it. But Ronaldinho, I don't know, boy. He was a. But then again,
Neymar's deep though, man.
Neymar's deep.
I think, you know what it is? I just
deep,
think that with Neymar, the disrespect because of the fact he's played with Messi, it's overshadowed. Where I feel like with Ronaldinho, he was the star.
He was the man.
There was no one, and he passed the
No,
baton
I get
on to Messi.
I get where you're coming from.
And I feel like if it's not because, like, I also say that Messi, Ronaldo, I think they've ruined football. In a sense of, we had players scoring 20 goals and 15 assists in a season.
That's
incredible.
Season. Yeah.
That's 35 goal contributions.
Yeah.
But these men are doing 60, 70. And then now, if a player does less than that, it's like the player's not done well.
Yeah.
When
But
we're playing
Neymar was still doing mad numbers anyway. Neymar did mad numbers.
Bro, you know this
every
time, if
season.
Neymar wanted to be mad greedy, he could have just scored, but they were playing PlayStation with defenses. But yeah, I just want to put it out
He
there.
loves to ask that question.
No, I
He
get it
loves to
though.
ask that question.
I get it. It's not. I don't think he's a bad shout, but I just love Ronaldinho better.
Yeah.
I think he's a player.
Bro, there's an interesting fact, right? That there's yourself, Saka,
And
Miles Lewis Skelly, and Mineri. You're actually the only players in the 2010s to consistently play for Arsenal without going on loan. You know,
Mad.
It's mad, you know. That's a
Nice.
good company to be in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Saka,
floating,
Mineri, hey yo, that's cold, man. That's cold. So obviously you scored 2 goals in your first 2 starts for Arsenal. Talk to us about that, and obviously you gave us that iconic big 4-5.
When I saw that,
Big,
I said, member.
I said,
That's
hold
a
on.
membership.
I thought we ain't seen him again.
Yes,
bro. I thought,
the tabloids will be like,
Yeah.
gunslinger.
Big 4-5, man. Talk to us about that because you were gassed, bro.
Yeah,
you
of course,
were
I was gassed, but obviously to the media back then, I thought I was doing archery or something. So I had to run with that one.
I grew up watching archery.
I had to run with that one still, but obviously the man don't know what it is. But when I got told, because my first start against Everton came off the back of my first start against Barca.
Okay.
Even when I was getting told I'm starting against Barca, I'm like, right, surely not. But when they do the starting 11, so I'm like, right, I'm actually really starting. I'm leaving like big names on the bench. Then they said they're going to start against Everton. I was like, okay, now these lot must be playing, but cool. It's my opportunity. Let me take it. And obviously playing at Everton at the time, like, them not just work hard, kick, foul.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But then, I got my first goal. I remember Hector played the ball in behind, and I was like, yo, this is my opportunity. Took it. Then the next one was, I think it's Watford. Same again, like, opportunity. But when you're playing with good players, like, you just run into position and they find you. So Alexis found me against Watford. Hector found me on the counter-attack. So it's just easy when you play with good players. Like, they just know. You don't have to shout. They know where you are and they just pass you the ball.
Yeah. Did you plan that, though? Did you plan that celebration? Did you always know that was going to be your first celebration, or that just, sometimes it's just the feeling just overwhelms you, you know what I'm saying? Was it one of them ones, or was it, or you knew you were going to do that?
I wanted to show everyone that I'm a true gunner, innit?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm a true gunner. That's what I wanted to show them, innit?
That's cool.
But the way it first came out, there was too much excitement, boy. There was too much excitement. It was just a wreck. It was a wreck. There was even one head movement that my boys, like, at the end.
You're like...
Yeah, like, bro, it's too a wreck still.
What was the man them saying when you did that, though?
Obviously, they forgot about it. Said, "Oh, gas!" Like,
for sure.
Arsenal, like, you're bagging. Like, yo, this is crazy. Then after, when they do, like, bro, what you doing? Like, at least make it a bit more. But then I said, "You get me, Archie." So,
It was an archery thing.
It's an archery thing.
Wenger said that, you weren't as flashy as other teammates, but you understood the game really, really well, right? Now that's high praise from one of the best managers in world football. But in terms of your development as a player, how important was Arsène to that? And also, what are the things that you've learned, even though he's not your manager no more and he's left the game now? But what's the things that you've taken onto your career where you are now?
One thing about Arsène, he always liked my style of play, where like I'm always trying to go on a half turn and go forward and play forward, because a lot of people in midfield, like, it's not easy to scan and know what's around you. People just set the ball because the easiest option. So he always said, like, before you receive the ball, keep on checking your shoulders and try to go forward, which is what I used to do in training. So when I was playing matches, he just said, like, no disrespect, you're not going to play against like Arsenal standard all the time, so it'll be easier. It'll be easier to find more space and turn. And then obviously when you have Ozil, Alexis, and there was other players, they made it easier for me. And obviously Jack Wilshere was like my idol as well in the team, and he was the best at no touch turn and playing forward. So he just said, like, whenever you can, just play forward. Like, of course, Arsenal like to play stylish football, but the aim of the game is always to score goals and get forward. So anytime I'm playing now, whether it's like Everton, Fulham, Nigeria, I'm always trying to be positive and make something happen. Because even that, I've learned that from my uncle. Every time he's playing football, he's trying to make something happen. Don't get me wrong, it was entertaining. But the aim of the game is to win and to score goals. So that's literally what I do when I'm on the pitch.
So obviously, you had good times with Arsène as well, but there was an incident where you had run into a little bit of disciplinary issues with him. You know what I mean? I think you were out or something like that.
My boy's birthday.
Yeah, and that's like the first time I've actually seen Wenger publicly say, I'm going to fine a player. You know what I mean? It seemed like actually proper pissed off about that. What was that like, kind of being under the fire with Wenger, and how did you kind of like bounce back from that situation? Were you accountable for it, or?
Yeah, of course. I just never knew about this 72-hour rule. I never knew about that. Now, I just thought I was just innocent going to my boy's birthday. And it was in an apartment. We thought, like, obviously, we could trust everyone. Like, it's just going to be chilled. And then, obviously, the media will go and say there's this, there's balloons, there's drugs. None of that was going on. Then it's just one DJ was excited. Like, right, why is Iwobi here? Put on snap. So it's just like, it's what it is. But I didn't know about 72-hour rule. And what made it worse, we played against Nottingham Forest in the cup and we lost. Doesn't matter that I got an assist that game. Doesn't matter. That's out the window. We lost, and it's Arsenal's a big club. So that's when the next week, that's when it came on. He said, Alex, like, he spoke to me as a man. Like, I took it. I said, like, what happened? And I explained to him what happened. I went to my boy's birthday. Didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't know there was a 72-hour rule. Said, now you learn. But obviously, like, he's gonna have to say this to the media. Like,
so he let you know that he was gonna tell the media.
He told me
Fairs.
first.
I mean,
so like before it came out, like, he said to me, like, Alex, what's gonna happen? Like, obviously, we don't want this to. It's not gonna stop your development as a player. Like, you're a nice kid, just keep going, innit? But like, we just have to learn from your mistakes. So okay, cool. I'm sorry. I apologize. I won't do that again.
What did your parents say?
They were disappointed. Obviously, they were disappointed. They said, like, obviously you learn from your mistakes. The mad thing was, like, obviously when they said it's drug fuel, the next day, like, doping control at my door, like, thinking I'm doing something. And then obviously my agent came to see me that day. So the doping control was there, my agent's there, my parents said it was like, it's just long. So they were just like, you learn from your mistakes. Like, obviously it's going to be hard now. The media are going to have all these talks. But one thing about football, there's always enough opportunity. So on the pitch, you just have to work hard and prove them wrong.
Like, obviously Wenger moved on, and Unai Emery comes in. That's when you started really kind of like finding yourself, like, in terms of maturity or maturing as a football player. obviously there's the Europa League final that happened as well. You had a decent season with them, with Emery, but then the Europa League final comes. You score a banger in the final. Obviously, first of all, it was 3-0. Yeah. Were you gassed when you scored though? Don't lie. Were you gassed when you scored? Like, okay, I got my final goal. Yeah.
I promise you, I didn't even know that was gonna be my final goal.
No, I mean, cup final goal. Yeah.
I weren't gassed, and you can tell in the celebrations.
Yeah.
Because, with all due respect, obviously, Emery knows I wanted to start that game.
Yeah.
Before, I had a good campaign. Like, it was before this season, it was my best campaign, like, stats wise. Mm-hmm. And he said to me, like, you've been doing well. Then he broke the news to me, like, the day before, on the day that I'm not gonna start, but I'm gonna need you. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I get the opportunity, I'm just gonna literally be on violence. So whoever the wing back is, I was on him. I megged him straight away. I was like, yeah, like, bro, like, I have to prove why I should have started. Yeah. I was gonna take my frustration saying, oh, like, I'm gonna play bad, I'm gonna be bothered. I said, I'm gonna work hard. And then when I whooshed it, bins, I was like, yo, I can't believe I just did that. But I had to keep a straight face. Like, I was vexed. Like, just ran back because we were losing as well. I'm not gonna go celebrate. But yeah, no, after the game, I looked back, I was like, bro, I actually, like, banged it. Like, it went in still, but I want to you guys, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I love about players, when they've done a madness and they try to act like that's normal. That kills me the most. The man will top bins it, but like, come on.
Eze just did that the other day. In the semi-final. Whipped it and just stood there like.
You see Eze and Elise,
I was like, go celebrate.
Them two have got aura. Because they would, I remember when Elise whipped it, a free kick against United, and he acted like he skied it.
Yeah. He was actually angry.
Bro. Yeah, he was angry. It's like he wanted the net to break.
But he doesn't know that he ruined our season. That was the end of our little title race. Remember, we thought we had something going. Didn't
but you was obviously in a final and you was playing up against Eden Hazard. Now, I mean, I don't know if to ask you, but you can explain. What is that player like? Everyone that we spoke to Ola, and he was like, this guy's a
Ola would tell you properly, or John Obi, because they played him. I see them in training. No, training, I heard he weren't great. He was more than training, but matches... There was one game he played at Stamford Bridge. He scored one mad goal.
Was that when he bodied Koscielny?
Nah, it's not even Koscielny.
No, Coquelin. Yeah.
Coquelin's my guy. So Coquelin's player, strong, tough. Yeah. But that one there, even he knew, like, yo, like, it was peak still. I'm not even trying to boy him, but he knows that was mad. But it could have been anyone. It could have been any victim. But yo, Eden... Even in the final, bro, it was a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah, he's too good, man.
What was it like playing against someone? Because obviously, as you said, you didn't start that game, so you're just watching what's going on, and that's kind of seen as like Hazard's final because he was too good. When you're watching, do you sometimes it's like when you're with another player, just like this guy's fake, man?
I can't remember who was on the bench, but we were tapping each other like, "Are you seeing what this guy's doing? Like, why can't no one get him off the ball, bro? Like, bro, it's more than like, yo, like, at the point, just foul him, bro. Yeah. But you can't even foul him. He's bare strong, bro. Yeah. But yeah, nah, he was a joke, bro. He was a joke.
Hey, that's
another fun fact is that Bukayo Saka made his debut and he replaced you on the pitch. Yeah. Now you've seen Bukayo from probably the academy to where he is now. Did you always know that he was going to have this trajectory? And what were the signs when he was younger?
You see, in football, like, you never know, because I've seen so many sick players, but then they're not fizzling out. They don't reach the height of Bukayo. Well, no one's reached the height of Bukayo because his levels are high. But in training, you could see, but he was raw, but he was like doing his thing. Like, he was left back. He would go past players, and whipping crosses. Like, he understand football, but like sometimes maybe like his decision making or pass won't come off, but like you can see there was a player in there. And one thing about him, it's not just like there's a player that he's actually humble, like willing to learn, and that's what I think got him ahead of others. And he's always listening, so I think that's really what's helped him. When
you're watching him do his thing now, like, do you guys speak? Do you ever like congratulate him and stuff like that, or do you just like footballers? You guys just leave yourselves to each other and then?
No, when I see him, I pick him up all the time. So not too long ago, maybe you don't want to say a concert, but. So it's like I saw it like the Arsenal man. I see him, I see Lewis Skelly, I see Nwaneri. I spoke to them, said, yo, you man, keep doing your thing. Like football aside, like you man are actually like, I'm proud, like because I used to be in their shoes and but them man are actually like doing it. So I was like, yo, keep going, sky's the limit, like just keep doing your thing.
That's amazing, man.
When you see him, for example, and like obviously you see all the Hale End graduates, and I know you said Wilshere is like your idol. Do you think Saka's the best Hale End graduate, or would you say it's like a Jack Wilshere or something? There's Miles now, there's yourself, there's Lewis, there's Nwaneri, there's been quite a few.
I mean, Bukayo has a chance. He's still young, bro. Like, he's still young. He has the chance of opportunity to probably be the best out there. But he's still young. I mean, he's one of the best players for England, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
So, bro, like, he could be world class. He could. I feel like if he wasn't injured, potentially like Ballon d'Or nominee, like, up there. But yeah, man, the sky's his limit, man. He's too cold.
Do you think him being injured this season kind of allowed Liverpool to go off and kind of run away with the title? Do you think if Saka was fit all season, Arsenal
they have a
could have won
chance?
the league?
Obviously, you see what he sort of impact he has when he's not playing. They would have had a chance, but Liverpool this season, Salah has hit some numbers, boy. Some numbers, some scary numbers, bro. Yo.
This is mad still.
No, Cam, I want you to ask this next question.
All right, bro. You know, as I said, right, I said this to you off air, you've done some funny things on Snapchat. Obviously, you're known now. You guys are known for the Snapchat thing. But we need to go all the way back. There was a game, I don't know what game it was. I want you to say it. But I think you might have missed a chance. And I can't lie, even to this day, me and my boys still post this post. And you sent in, you made a Snapchat post saying, I'm on Lenging and rassing off shots. And I said, no more side foot thing. SOS. Bro, your head must have been on the moon. What was that about, bro? That's one of the funniest snap posts ever, bro.
I've posted such things like that numerous times. Because I look back at my shots, I think, why am I siding? What am I passing? I just lay it off, bro. No, it's not the first time. Hey,
Alex.
No, honestly. I look back at the game sometimes, and even my boys say, why are you doing that? Why you can actually shoot, you know?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think, bro, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But I'm more concentrating on hitting the target. I'm just even if you sky it, bro, just shoot, bro. Yeah. So then my head's probably missing. I don't know if we won or lost. If we lost, that's probably why, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, to get my stats up, bro, I need to shoot. I've been learning to shoot now. So that's why this season, it's been better. But yeah, back then, especially when I was younger, I was thinking, why didn't I shoot, man?
Yeah.
That
was
funny.
on Snap. You
So
know?
I remember that.
OG Snapchat, but he's not just now. People probably think, oh, now he's just getting crazy. But Alex has been doing this Snap thing for time.
It always pays off in the end. But when did you start thinking about leaving Arsenal? And how did that move to Everton come about? Which is a big transfer for you.
34 million.
34 M's.
That's a big move.
Bro, I never thought about leaving. The whole thing was mad.
Yeah.
So like I was in AFCON, we came third. Unai Emery's given us the AFCON players extra days or extra weeks to go and recover. I've gone to Dubai with my family. He said, oh yeah, when you go to Dubai, come back, feel recharged. I've gone to Dubai with my family now. 3 or 2 days before the transfer deadline day, my agent said, oh, everyone are interested. I said, nice. What do you think? I'm kind of comfortable at Arsenal. Arsenal signed Pepe. They just signed Pepe for this amount.
Oh.
Do you still want to stay? I said, yeah, I don't mind. I've had competition all my life. Like, that's another winger. I respect him, but I want to prove my point. On the day now, I'm going on a yacht with my family where I'm going to lose signal. My agent just called, say, yo, Everton are going to make a bid. What do you think? I said, oh, like, it's nice. It's nice to know that I wanted. On the yacht now, losing connection. He's now said, oh, the Everton manager, Marcus Silva at the time, wants to call you. I don't have great connection, bro. Like, I might not hear him. And Marcus Silva, he speaks fast. Yeah. So he's speaking to me, have you in my plans? I wanted to play number 10. I wanted to be the main player, like after you and Gylfi Sigurdsson at the time. So, oh, this is nice. Could imagine, oh, it's nice to know, what do you think? I don't know, 50-50. Then, but it just said, yo, Alex, normally you need a medical before you go. He said, Arsenal already had to do the medical. Said, look, they might want you gone because like they need to sell someone. And obviously this is the time that like players that I'm not gonna say, they had players that weren't ready to go in it. Yeah. But the easiest one and the biggest fee was me. So I was like, oh mad, like Arsenal want to let go of you. I mean, I guess it's time for a new challenge. I spoke to my dad, my mum, my sister on the boat on the yacht at the time. Like, what do you lot think? I said, well, it's your life. If you're leaving, you're gonna have to become a man. Everton is not local to London. Like, it's a whole different life. And I said, you know what? Like, I think it's time. So, bearing in mind, I'm on a yacht. Transfer deadline day is like 2 hours left. I told boss man, yo, spin that yacht. You were hearing all sorts of waves. Yo, I've never seen my mum like, yay. I was like, yay. So don't worry, we'll get there. Got to the hotel now. Then you have to sign something to make sure that transfer deadline day you get an extra hour added.
Yeah.
So I had to sign that. Then I'm in my room trying to make sure everything's signed, and then eventually goes through. So landed back from Dubai. Didn't even get to, I just had to go to the train. I didn't see anyone, collect my boots and go straight up to Liverpool, Everton. Didn't say bye to no one. It was mad.
Was that something that you wish you could have done though? To be able to say bye to the
Yeah,
people
at
that
least. But what was
Were you
was
hurt
nice,
about that though? Were you hurt about it?
Yeah, a bit. Like, at least let me decide for myself. Like, they just said, look.
Man said they handed in his
They handed
medical.
in
Like,
the
leave.
Yeah.
Come on for this place.
Come on, I want your time don't reach. So I would have been nice to say bye, but what was nice, I was staying in a hotel at the time because I couldn't find a yard. It was too soon. And Arsenal must have played Liverpool and they were staying in my hotel. Come back from training, I see the whole team just having lunch. I'm like, oh, I'm mad. So I've gone and say hello to her. We didn't want you to go. Then I spoke to Unai Emery. He said, look, Alex, this is football. I didn't want you to go. Like, the last game was Europa League final. Like, I had you in my plans. Like, you've always been someone that's willing to work for the team. Like, I didn't want you to go, but at the end of the day, this is business.
Yeah.
I said, there's no hard feelings. Like, it's fine. And he spoke to me on a level. That's why I have respect for him. Like, I've always had respect for Unai Emery. So he said, look, like, enjoy, keep working your career, and we'll stay in touch. Which you never did. But it was nice.
Every man looking out for themselves, man.
But it was nice. Like, he was a nice guy, man. Nice guy.
Yeah, so you obviously then moved to Everton. I think I met you again when you was playing for Everton, towards probably the end of your time over there. But what was that like for you? Because it's a different experience. Fans are very passionate as well, and I'm sure you felt the good and the bad of that. But what was that like in your opinion?
It was almost like a whole different world, man. Like, no disrespect, but like Arsenal, tiki-taka, football technique. Everton, run, tackle, clamp, man. Literally, if you have to lift, if the guy's going past you, kick him. Doesn't matter the ball, like kick him. Doesn't matter. Shins, like don't matter. So like I had to learn that quick. It took me a while to understand. And obviously, Scouse people at the time, like I've never heard any other accent but the London accent.
Yeah.
Scousers sound like a whole nother language, which I had to adapt to.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that. I was living by myself. Had to adapt because I'm from a Nigerian background. I had to adapt to the food. But but one thing about Everton is like a family club, so they taught me that respect me and treat me like one of their own, which was nice. So I never really struggled like that.
No, you had a few managers at Everton. Like a lot of Everton have managerial go around. You had Ancelotti, you had Marco Silva, you had Lampard, you had Sean Dyche. Who was it? Like, bro, complete. You got four.
To start today, okay?
Yo,
We're gonna focus on just winning the ball.
I actually liked it, you know.
I was gonna ask you about him as well, but you had those are completely different men in general. Like,
facts.
Which of those were the most impactful for you?
Oh, Lampard, hands down.
Yeah?
Lampard, he revived my career, bro. There was one of the AFCONs I got sent off. Came back, they said, Alex, you're gonna go on loan. Oh, no, this is Rafa Benitez. I wasn't playing like that, innit?
I forgot about Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, Rafa Benitez. I wasn't playing like that. So I went AFCON, wasn't really playing. Then I played in this round of 16, got sent off, come back thinking, oh my God, I'm having a mare. I'm going back to Everton, I'm probably never going to play. Then obviously Rafa Benitez has gone, it's Lampard. Then they're saying, oh, Alex, you're going to go alone. I'm not going to say where, another country, innit? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'd rather just chill here and try and fight for my place. If I don't play, I don't play. Lampard gives everyone a chance. In training, I'm a very good training player. So he saw like, bro, like, you're in training, why can't you do this in matches? I said, I've been told by previous managers to set the ball and run. So he goes, no, like, do your thing. So then Lampard played me. Then he put me like midfield where I actually like playing again on the ball. And then he said, yo, like, express, be you. Then that's where I revitalized my career and started like playing regularly and making impactful things in the game. So yeah, I'll say Lampard, man, my best time.
Does he get a harsh rap, Lampard? Like a lot of people, you know, they say he's nepotism and this and that about him as a manager, but you're speaking about him glowingly. You know what I mean? Do you think like the media perception or the perception around Frank Lampard is wrong?
Yeah, because obviously he's had it. Well, it's not been easy for him. Like what Chelsea did wasn't the greatest of times. Yeah. But some players will say that they have respect for him. What was that? Derby wasn't it tough?
Derby, yeah.
But look at Coventry. He's blossomed. Like, you never know. That's how football is, man. But yeah, no, for me as a player, obviously everyone has opinions of different managers. Like some people say, like me, I found it tough with Benitez. I wasn't playing. Yeah. But some people were flourishing under him.
Bear man say that about Benitez. Even Steven Gerrard, bro.
So I remember you scored a last-minute goal, or the winner basically, against Newcastle, right? And I remember seeing the stadium in limbs, right? You see Lampard saying, Alhamdulillah, this guy saved me, yeah? The difference between, playing for Arsenal is that more than likely in the season, you're going to win majority of the games. Whereas for Everton, it's not the case. As a player, obviously, you did revitalise your career there, but what did that teach you about football? Because you're not always winning, and you have to keep trying to find ways to still be motivated when you're not always winning.
Yeah, it is tougher mentally because, like, no disrespect, like, you're coming from, like, Arsenal's always winning. You always have the ball. You're always going to create chances. Like, whereas Everton, like, you're literally almost doing counter-attack. You're hardly going to get the ball. You're going to do extra running. You're going to be finished by the end of the game. Going to have, like, cramped calves, hamstrings. But, yeah, it just taught me about football, like, that different styles of play. Obviously, I had, like, 7 different managers, so different styles of
That's mad.
Yeah, bro. So different styles of play. Obviously, it toughened me up mentally. But yeah, like you said, that winner, boy, because it was even like we're 10 men against Newcastle, and Newcastle, like, this is when they're growing as a team, and to get that result. Even but the celebration, I'm calm. That's when I was calm. This is when the 4-5 left, so I was calm. The celebration, I was calm.
So you left the archery.
I left the archery.
Archery was
Left the
gone.
archery, but like, I've never, the stadium, like, flares, everyone was jumping onto the pitch, like, it was mad. The scenes are crazy.
Yeah, Everton fans, so
Where
passionate.
you won't,
One of the
you won't
clubs
see
that
that
do
Arsenal
that.
though. You won't see fans jumping on the pitch. But at Goodison Park, there's been numerous times they have jumped onto that pitch.
Good and bad.
No, good times. Only
Nah,
good
good
times.
times, bad times, they don't really jump on it. You just hear them. But good times, they,
Have you been on the wrong side of the Everton fans?
me personally,
Yeah, like were there ever
I
a
don't think
time?
so, you know.
Was there a
No,
time
no,
where
no.
they were like onto you? Because that happens at loads of football clubs. Garnacho
yeah.
here and stuff like that. Lots of football
But when I
clubs.
first signed, maybe on the internet, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
one's ever like face to face
Yeah.
said anything.
As always, man.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been one time. There might have been one time in Manchester. Were you there? Yeah, one time in Manchester, one guy in the delivery room back or something. He said, "Oh, is that Iwobi?" I was like, "Yeah," just confused. He said, "Oh, you're dead." I think my boy started ducking it down. The guy was peddling. He's like, he started peddling for his dear life. He's like, come here. He started peddling. But apart from that, I've never had any fan, like, obviously it's football banter, like, oh, yo, but I've never had anyone say, like, oh, yo, like, fix up.
Yeah. Obviously we can't go past that. You actually played under Carlo Ancelotti. Obviously, absolute legend of the game. But again, you actually had a little bit of a falling out with him. You had a falling out with a Snapchat post again. A Snapchat. So Iwobi got called up for Nigeria, and when he got called up, you made a snap post saying, like, "Thank you for the call up. Now I can go, like, basically, like, I can go and play free." And then Carlo kind of responded like, "Hey, tell me what position you want to play. What do you like?" What was that like? First, kind of going back and forth with a legendary manager like that, and what was just that situation in general?
Once again, it was a time I wasn't playing, probably just frustrated.
Yeah.
I should have handled myself better, I know that. But when I play for Nigeria, like, I play in midfield. I like to get on the ball a lot more. Whereas at that time, literally, get the ball, keep it moving. There was games I was playing right wing back.
That's
and
crazy.
I was thinking, nah, like... And then there was times I wasn't even playing, so I was just thinking, like, my head's just gone. So I'm actually grateful to go on Nigeria, where 90% of the time I play.
Yeah.
So I was just happy. Then obviously I was a bit childish. I put that post.
Yeah.
Came back. He said, "Where do you play?" I told him I play like that, to play number 10. He tried me one game against Burnley. We got whooshed 2-0. After 45 minutes, he said, "I just get back on the wing." 15 minutes into that second half, I got dragged. I said, "Yep, it's dark. I'm back to square one."
Yeah, I hear that. You obviously bounced back from them moments. You went and won Everton's Player of the Season. Actually, that was the year before you went to Fulham.
Yeah.
You won their Player of the Season. Like, when you left Everton or when you were leaving Everton, did you think you started to really, that's when you really found yourself as a Premier League proper player, like, when you won the Player of the Season at Everton?
Yeah, no, like, it's where, like, I actually matured and said, like, I'm
Yeah.
going to take ownership. Whereas before, like, I'll just have little moments in the game. But, like, now I'm actually heavily involved in every game.
Yeah.
So, like, even, like, now with Fulham, I'm always trying to leave the game, like, doing something or left a moment of, like, a chance, or scored, or assist. So, like, at Everton, so I think it started, with Lampard at Everton, and then obviously Sean Dyche as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like those were the times when I said, yeah, this is where now I have to be an established Premier League player.
What made you leave? Like, and when you were leaving, like, because obviously sometimes when somebody's having their best season, they want to stay.
Yeah.
What made you say, okay, it's time to move on? And how did that move to Fulham come about?
Honestly, like I was in my last year of my contract.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Everton, but like it was roller coaster. You never know if we're gonna stay or go out or go down or stay in this. So I was like, I don't know. This heartache, it's a lot, you know. And at the same time, like I had a few teams saying, "Oh, like what's the situation?" And then when they said, "Oh, like when I was unsure whether I wanted to sign." That's when Everton said, "Look, if you're not signing this summer transfer, you're gonna have to leave. Like we need to at least get some sort of money for you." And I didn't know what I wanted in it, but then obviously Fulham being one of the teams said like, "Oh, like," and I worked with Marco before. Said, "Look, we're interested in the sort of player we want. Da da da. What do you think?" So I went to my family closer to London. Like you're back home again. Like even if it's not going well, at least mentally you'll be okay. You're close to your family. I said, "Okay, cool. I heard that." And then obviously I took in all the options and the reason. I said, "Yeah, like Fulham is the best option for me."
So how is it at Fulham anyway? Because obviously you guys are having a good season as well. Like I don't think many people expected you guys to be this good this season. How is it at Fulham? As you said, back in London, do you just feel like at home now? Is this a club that you can see that you're going to be at for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, man. Fulham, as much as like is a comfortable club, are very ambitious. Like no one expects us to be having a great season, but what we see in training every day, like the quality of players, like there's names, and I'll say majority of us play for our national team, so like the standards high. The standards high. So yeah, like I said, we're ambitious, we're doing well, but then I feel like this season there's so many teams doing well. Like whereas like we're almost, I think Fulham's highest points tally is like 54 points, and we're like one win away from that. So we're literally trying to break records. So yeah, we're just taking it game by game. That's every player says, but it's the truth. And yeah, man, hopefully we play in Europe because that's the aim. That's what Fulham want to achieve.
We've obviously seen the inside of what Fulham looks like via your Snapchat. But we spoke to Ola about this as well, obviously him at Forest. You lot are basically the two vibes clubs. Like, like we all have a little love now for Fulham and Forest due to you guys. What is that like that in the atmosphere behind obviously closed doors that you've opened for us? But then also, does that help you guys on the pitch? Because it seems as if everyone has a mad love for each other.
Yeah, like that's what like Arsenal and Everton, don't get me wrong, the vibes, but sometimes it can be a bit segregated with that Spanish man, English man, young G's, and even that English man, the French man. But Fulham, everyone's together, everyone's vibing. Brazilians are dancing with the Nigerians, the London man, everyone's just literally having banter. And then we do a lot of activities together. I missed out on the dinner we had the other day though. But yeah, we do a lot of like dinners and like family bonding. Like it's nice. Like so you see that when we're playing, like, everyone's fighting for each other. Like everyone's going the extra yard, man. It's like a proper familyhood in the dressing room. Who's winning
the Snapchat wars right now, man? Who's winning that?
I mean, according to the football, we've beat Nottingham Forest twice in it,
Back to back.
back to back. However, they're having a better season than us.
Yeah.
So the points say.
Yeah.
According to vibes,
I
mean,
it's tough though.
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
However, it's just I personally believe it's just Ola,
Yeah.
Anthony Lenga, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
With the odd occasional Willy Bolly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you put Sangari or whoever, them man, wherever. Us, there could be Calvin, Cess, me, Adama. You never know. Even Andres Pereira jumped on Snap as well. So you're going to hopefully see the Brazilian side. But he's been twitching and streaming. So everyone in the team, like, bro, I've even snapped Joachim Anderson.
Yeah.
His outfit. It's mad. But everyone's on vibes where I feel like Forest is probably like 4 or 5 man max.
I think we've got to make the winners. End of the season, we'll see how it goes.
We will.
But it's really tough.
It's really tough. But like,
And you lot won the... Did they win the Snapchat derby?
Yeah,
did.
They won both games, yeah.
And you know what's so sick?
Yeah.
I think your caption was something to do with Snapchat.
Yeah, 100. Because me and Ola, we spoke. We said, like, yo, whoever wins this, if he won, I would have said, look, 1-1, because we beat them already, and it was a big hype for the next game.
Yeah.
So if he won, I would have said, look, it's 1-1, get me. But I might delete Snap because I know what he's on. And he won't stop. He'll probably still be going to this day. I allowed him just for one day. I said, look, one day you're getting it. So, yeah, man, they had to leave that game with a dub because, boy, it would have been dark.
I remember speaking with you at off pitch when we did the off pitch shoot, and I was like, and you actually made the point that you played Premier League your whole career. No loan, no drop down, no like all I had to go to Torino and play championship, but you've just done that. I think it's not a question, but you should be extremely proud of that, bro. That's a massive achievement, man. A lot of people have gone up and up, bro. Even David Beckham went on loan. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So for you to play Premier League your whole career, that's levels, man.
Yeah, love, it's not easy, man. Love, it's not easy, but yeah, I'm just grateful to God, man. Honestly.
I would also say though, this is probably the best season from you in terms of maturity, your goal output, involvement in the game as well. I think you're an integral part of why Fulham play well. Also, there was a game we played against you guys, and you came off the bench here, and I was like, "Fucking hell, what's he doing?" Because do you know what it is? It's the way you've played throughout your career has been you've been a great dribbler off the wing, but now you're finding yourself in places that I don't think as a position you just see the space and you go into it now. Yeah, is that something that you're now seeing, that like you're seeing the game differently to how you probably saw it 10 years ago? Yeah,
of course. I mean, with all due respect, nowadays people don't even care if you play well. You know, people just want to see like, did he like? If you look at the game, they'll just say, did he as an attacking player? Did he score? Did he assist? Okay, cool. Then that's it. Yeah. So now I've locked that into my head. Like, there's been a few games where I've had a bad game, but I've scored. Yeah. So everyone's like, oh, you must have done well. Yeah. So now I'm just literally trying to get into goal scoring opportunities. Like, even the last game against Southampton, probably didn't play the greatest, goal and assist. Oh, you must have done it right. Yeah. So that's literally what I'm trying to do. Anything for the team, because at the end of the day, goals is what wins games. So if I'm able to get a goal and assist, that's what I'm trying to do for the team.
So obviously Nigeria, you know what I mean? Like you played for England youth teams, but you made that decision early to go and play for Nigeria. Was that something that you always knew you were going to do, or did you have to come and sit down with the family and make that kind of decision?
Yeah, I never knew. I actually, like, obviously always played for England, but then it stopped when I was 19, because at the time, before I was making my debut, and obviously 19 is when, like, most players were playing first team. I wasn't playing first team at the time, so I wasn't getting called up. Then there was, like, Olympics. So I don't know who organised it, but they said, I remember they got an email. It looked like a fake email, like, do you want to come and try it for Nigeria? Arsenal, like, is this real? I was like, I think so, innit? Yeah. So I spoke to my mum, my dad, my uncle, what is it like? What am I going to expect? They said, look, 23 is not that first team. The organisation, the pitch, like, you're going to get bothered. Just be wary of that. I said, at least let me try. If I don't like it, I can say, look, I've tried, then I go play for England. I went, and I had the time of my life. Like, it's like a festival. When you play in Africa, it's like you just hear. You don't even see people clap. Inside
the net.
Yeah, inside the net. They're singing church songs on the pitch. Like, it's insane. Even under 23, so it's like, wow, like, and I got treated like I was some king there. And these times I haven't even properly played for. I'm just under 23s. Yeah. So yeah, that's when I said, no, like, I feel more at home. Like, what I've experienced in my house, I'm seeing on a regular basis with other teammates or other players there. So it was an easy switch, but not at the same time, because I had love for England as well.
But if you, obviously as a Londoner, do you feel pressure, more like a different type of pressure that maybe some of the like more native Nigerians feel playing for Nigeria? Do you think the fans in Nigeria look at yourself, Bassi, Ola? Do you think they look at you guys differently a little bit, like when you're playing for Nigeria? Or
they may
should
do,
judge you?
They may do, but I don't see it. I don't know. Okay. They may do. Obviously, some people will say, this one, how you ball, like, get me, like, he's not really cultured, or he doesn't really dive, he doesn't understand the dynamics. But I don't see all of that. I just literally, I feel like everyone in the camp's Nigerian. There's a reason why we're playing for Nigeria. We want to represent. It's an honor to wear the green, white, green. But some people may say, like, because we're called the Innit Boys. So the Innit Boys maybe don't have that passion. But us, man, trust me, we'll die for Nigeria. Yeah, and obviously Okocha, as Okocha, David. I actually met, this is where I got it. I met him when I got this.
Nobody wants to be like Jimmy Carragher.
Yeah, that was the day. That was the day.
That one. Yeah. That's that type of unk vibe. You don't want to get a violation from someone like him. And you know what? Because he can hang. It's the worst.
It's the worst.
This ever.
It's the worst. And he's got videos cooking Carragher. Have you seen that one? He's cooking Carragher.
A lot of people, boy.
Do you feel pressure? Did that ever have some thought in your mind that I'm a Kocha's nephew, people are going to look at me and expect even more? Or did you feel that from the fans, or did anyone say anything to you in the camp?
No, obviously people say things, but I've never really felt pressure. I just like, because he, first and foremost, he himself will tell me, like, it's your legacy. Go and enjoy your football. Go play. Even like, when did he message me? When did he message me recently? Before Chelsea, even though we lost, he messaged me like, "Happy Easter, like, go play your football, go and enjoy it." And that's what he's always been like. There's never been any pressure. And if he's saying that to me, why am I going to listen to someone else saying, "Oh, you have to follow your uncle's footsteps. You should do rainbow flick." I'll just play your game. That's what he said to me.
Yeah, that's facts. And obviously, there was a time that we're going through kind of a bad point with Nigeria, with the fans. Was it after the tournament?
After AFCON.
After the AFCON, and you deactivated your socials and stuff because they were being ridiculous, right? What was that like going through that? It was heavy because I saw players were coming out in your defense. Ekong, everybody was coming out and defending you. What's that about, bro?
You see that, yeah? Because don't get me wrong, social media, if you use it correctly, your branding, you can elevate. I just used to post like just for banter, really. Like, on Snap. Even though that's what I'm doing now, innit? Then after AFCON, I just thought, after the final, I just thought, like, I'm actually tired. I just want to come off socials. Like, I'm actually done with it. Let me just focus on the real life. I didn't know it was going to have that much of an impact. So I've come off. The next day, we're traveling back to Nigeria from Ivory Coast. The first person, I've said it in the podcast, but the first person that's knocked on doors was Simon. Alice, I need to chat to you. I need to chat to you. No, Alice, this one's real. He's helped himself into my room.
I said he's helped himself.
Bro, he helped himself into my room. Said, Alex, don't listen to these Nigerians. I promise you, this is Simon that's saying it, by the way. You work hard. No one treats you like this, I will die. I was thinking, I just woke up like, bro, I haven't seen nothing. Because Alex, they're saying this on the media. I was like, who is it? Is it? I was, why? They said, because you removed your social media. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was going to create this much of a thing. So now in the airport, obviously, I'm just literally on my own, just eating biscuits. I'm hungry. I ain't had breakfast because I missed it. I overslept. But it may have come across that I was a bit upset, but I was just hungry. Yeah. So the Init boys are kind of, Alex, you good? Ola said, Alex, you good? No, fam, like, what's going on? Like, bro, I'm hungry, bro. What, you man got cookies or something? So Bright's brought me biscuits. Like, no, bro, like, what's happening on the media? Like, why is everyone I said, I can't see, I'm off it. I can't see. So that, everyone's now saying, we need to stand by Alex. They're putting in the group chat, we need to stand by Alex. Most of the people that say that we need to stand by Alex, they never speak to me. It's all WhatsApp.
Yes.
So I'm like, you man, you're making this a big deal. And then, obviously, don't get me wrong, everyone's backing me, so I appreciate it. People are making me speak to next man and say, Alex, we got your back, Alex. And all these old guys, Alex, don't mind these guys, don't mind this. Thinking, fam, I get it, but I don't really, I'm good, like I'm in a good mental space. So when I said, I'm going to have to clear this up. So I did a podcast on my own channel, like, yo, I'm going to have to clear this up. Like, I was always okay. I just came off because I was tired of it. Yeah. Then my team said, yo, like, for branding purposes, like, you actually need to leave certain things. And like, that's how they're paying us so they can use your image. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to use social media again.
Yeah, I mean, that AFCON final.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking.
That I was happy that you lost.
Yeah, because you're a hater. This is the thing, bro. Why, I need to know, why was everybody rooting against us, bro? So, like, as a non-Nigerian, why are you rooting against us? What's our beat? Sierra Leone, Nigeria.
First, you can't even say my country properly. Number two, it's not about that. Because remember, I'm quarter Senegalese as well, right? So I love Senegal as well. But the reason why is because you lot are like Arsenal fans, yeah? When you win, it's like you've conquered Africa.
You're right, I can't lie.
We have before, though. We have before.
Okay, but back then, social media wasn't a thing. How long has it been since Nigeria won?
What was it, 2012? It's good.
But 2012,
we won in 2012. That's good.
That's good. Snapping and shit like that. But my point is, it's not like, bro, if Nigeria is going up against, I don't know, any other team, I'm probably going to support Nigeria because I have more Nigerian friends, right? But you know what done me, You lot beat Sierra Leone once, I think it was 10-something, and the way I got cooked, I said, don't worry. There'll come a day where I'll celebrate, And it is what it is. Now I've got no beef.
Right, because you've won right now. You're winning.
No.
You're happy.
Sierra Leone, the day Sierra Leone make it to AFCON final, they'll be flying saucers.
It's not going to ever happen.
That's my point. Yep. We're not going to start seeing flying saucers. But anyway, AFCON final. There was a lot of belief, I'm sure, in the camp. We spoke to Ola about this as well. There was so much belief going into that game that you was going to win. I think on paper it looked like you was going to be the best team in the competition. And Ivory Coast even sacked their manager halfway through. Right?
We beat them already,
and you already defeated them as well. Yeah. In your opinion, what was probably wrong with that final? Do you reckon they wanted it more, or did you take it easy? What would you say?
First and foremost, at least like, I'll say 4 or 5 of us were wounded going to the game. Like, Ola had a no, Ola had he had a hamstring injury. Yeah. Will Ekong had an injury, and even me, like, there's so many games back to back, and I was slumped. I'm trying to, and obviously the role me and Frank Onyeka got told, we got literally just run up and down, try and supply Mola, Victor, Daddy Moses, Chukwueze, just supply them, but just run up and down. So we're just slumped. Ivory Coast have changed the play. We don't even know. They changed the manager. We don't know what tactics they're going to play. But our tactic was literally 5 at the back, defend, and our strikers, they were hurting teams. Maybe and what we thought was going to help us, we scored early.
Yeah.
We were ahead in it. So we just thought, okay, cool. We've been able to withstand any team. Let's just defend. There's only so much you can defend against good players. And then, obviously, it's almost like it was written. Hala that had that.
Yeah.
Like it was almost written that he has to go and score the winner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough for us.
But outside of that, you've obviously embarked on other things. I think when I first actually worked with you, the video didn't come out, but was you embarking on music and obviously fashion? Because I've seen you from the beginning. Swag was horror. Now we are at a place where
we are winning.
We are winning. Like, it's official now. Like, no. You know what it is though, yeah? It's not. It was horror. You know, back then football players wear like the Balenciaga.
Anything, everything designer.
There was a football look.
Yeah.
Now
the biker jeans.
Yeah, the football look is what we wear.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? You look like, you get me what I'm saying? So now that you're embarking on that journey in terms of music and stuff, yeah, have you found it difficult, obviously, because everyone knows you as a football player, to then obviously go into something which is a different art and a different skill?
No, not at all. Like, I'm at this point in my career or at this age, like, I feel like it's helped when I'm maturing that I don't really, it's nice to know what people think, but I don't really care. As long as I'm happy, my family happy, I'm literally ready to do whatever. And us footballers, we have a lot of time, a lot of spare time. I can't just think football. I'm go crazy. So I like to do other things like music, fashion, do charity work, or go to art museum. I like to just do different things that I find entertaining, not just football.
When obviously being a footballer, you get the attention, girls, How do you juggle all of that while trying to stay focused playing football, but also getting the attention But of course, you know, the attention you get from women, you get attention from media. How do you just juggle staying focused as a footballer?
I think I
put
that
your
down.
Friends?
I put it down to my friends and my family. Like, without them, they've always kept me grounded and humble. Like, so it's literally been the same. Like, the people you see, the same people from back then.
That's what I like as well, man. Yeah.
But so I think that's helped me stay grounded a lot.
Do you know what? We've got some quick fire questions.
Always do these.
But I don't know. There's a bag here.
There's a bag?
There's a bag. A Goyard bag.
Oh.
And I feel like there's something in there for us.
There might be still.
I feel like there's something in there for us.
Okay, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel like there is something in there. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Slides in it.
No.
I'm not your size. Wow.
Hey, I like this.
That's what.
Yeah,
come on, you already know.
Well. Purple's on my colours. Hey, let's go.
Come on now, man.
We gotta get this signed, man.
Of course.
Hey guys, we need a pen. We need a pen. Love that.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's going on the wall.
Yeah,
that's going on the wall.
Bring these things, man.
Appreciate you so much, brother.
Come on, man.
All right, so we got some quick fire questions. You really can't really think about it too much. You just have to.
All right, shot. What was on my mind,
Yeah. But also, you can elaborate.
Explain why.
Elaborate,
Yeah.
All right, so best player you've played with?
Santi Cazorla.
Ooh.
Hands down. This is one reason. There was one time we were doing set pieces and he was starting. He's taking the corner of his right foot. Merck said, no, Santi, no, left foot. He's taking with his left foot. Anyone else, you won't take, use just one foot predominantly. This guy can use both feet. He's a wizard. He's like this height, not physically the best shape, but what he could do with the football, he's the best I've ever seen.
Wow. I've always said that I think Santi is an underrated player.
It's the Ozils and stuff. For him to have Santi clear.
Bro,
but you know, it's technically though, he was incredible to watch.
Bro,
yeah.
Choke.
That's mad. Who's the best player you ever played against?
Obviously, played against Messi, played against Ronaldo, but for me, I hate to say it because he did play for Tottenham. Moussa Dembele.
No. Okay.
This keeps happening.
I know
Why this keeps
football.
happening?
Rudiger said it. Alex has said
This
Kevin De Bruyne has said it.
This
We
keeps happening.
spoke about this in the change rooms the other day.
Yeah.
Moussa Dembele, if he gives you this arm, bro, he was a joke.
But
bro.
explain.
Yeah.
Because for some people, he's not the name that people
No, of
think
course
about.
not.
Yeah.
But why is it, in your opinion?
When you play against him, you understand you can't get the ball off him. He's technically and he don't really use his right foot like that. He's one-footed, left foot is insane. He finds a pass, like he's just eating up any man. He's running up.
Whoa.
Yo, pause though.
Okay, man.
Him in it, no, you get me. If there's anyone else, really well, but yeah, he was insane, bro. He can control the midfield by himself.
Yeah.
Insane.
I think I've said it.
It's
many times,
it's
bro.
crazy how he's always gets said by footballers.
Yeah.
Nah,
all the time.
bro, just
It's
joke.
madness. man.
Who's the Premier League GOAT, in your opinion?
Ooh.
Premier League GOAT. I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna say Henry.
Yeah, I would say that as well.
Yeah, I would say Henry as well. I would say Henry. Okay, best team in the Premier League that you've come up against, like that particular season, that particular game. Who's the best team that you played?
I can't remember what season, but there was Firmino, Mane,
Ooh, okay.
Salah, and then Coutinho. Oh my days,
I missed 17, 18 probably. Yeah.
bro! It's not because obviously I played against City. I played against Arsenal now. Like keep the ball. Liverpool when they had those three up front. Even if they're just running, pressing, like there's no time to breathe, bro.
Yeah.
And then they had Henderson and Milner. Everyone was running, bro. Oh, yo, it was long. It was long playing against that Liverpool side.
Yeah.
Who's the most underrated Premier League player you've played against?
Somebody that nobody speaks about enough.
But you've gone back to the dressing room and you've like, hey, he's got a bit about him.
Yeah. Because all I said, Tom Kearney.
Ah, but he's played with him though. Yeah, Tom Kennedy. That's. Do you know the other day? Yeah, played against Bournemouth. Watara.
Yeah.
He's good, you know. Yo, he megged me. I'm glad. I'm glad it didn't go viral. I'm glad it didn't go viral. Yo, like you also, don't get me wrong. Like Semenyo, the Evan Nielsen, the Clivert.
Yeah.
Bro, Watara. He's good. He's very, very good.
What about the most underrated that you played with?
Glenn Kamara.
Oh, Glenn.
Glenn
Baller.
Kamara. Baller.
That's an easy answer for you,
He's
yeah?
a Sierra Leonean, Icelandic.
Is it?
Yeah. Don't know how that happened, but
Man, that's
Yeah,
a
no,
Syrian, Icelandic.
He was born in Finland, lived there for 12 years, then he came to London.
yeah.
But yo, when I go Power League, he's the first person I want on my team.
Serious. All right, who's the high point of your career? Like, what's the best moment of your career so far?
Well, I'm hoping to achieve more.
For sure.
I always say signing my first pro because
Okay.
you've been working for that all your life. I was able to like retire my parents,
Hey,
house for my parents. So
big respect, bro.
through football, I'm grateful. So it'll always be my first pro.
Lowest point of your career?
My first injury is one of them for Everton, my hamstring. Because I never touch wood. Pause.
Okay, that's 2-0.
Yeah, but yo,
Whoa.
you know what I meant though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
2-0,
That
bro.
one was crazy still, but
The viewers know what I meant.
yeah.
Do you know what the white viewers will be thinking? What's going on?
What's he talking about?
They keep doing this.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but my first injury and sent off in AFCON. Probably those two.
And what's the best goal you have scored in your career so far? We know you're gonna score more, but what's that one that you think about every now and again?
I have four. The
Alright,
first one I always say is because they sent us to the World Cup final against Zambia.
Yep.
My parents were there.
Oh yeah, that's
So
cool.
that's probably always going to be the best feeling because to score and see my parents in the crowd in Nigeria, amazing. But then obviously Europa League final, that goal, I couldn't believe I whooshed it like that in the final against Chelsea. Newcastle last minute winner.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Oh.
United last minute winner.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's fine, bro.
It's not my favorite though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's OT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I always like to ask, right? Like when you made it pro. So who's that first player that you played against that made you realize, wow, I'm at the big boy table, like directly against them? Like who's the one that kind of showed you this is the levels to the league?
In the Prem or like
in the Prem, yeah.
in the Prem. Because obviously I was lucky to play Champions League, so like against
True.
Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and just say Messi. Like, yo, like that's not normal.
Yeah.
In the Prem. I think because it was Derby, like always Derby Tottenham, like Human Son and Harry Kane. That's when they had the mad combination going on. So those two were efficient. Like you don't want to lose the ball and see them running at the goals.
Yeah.
So I say those two. Like, this Prem's tough.
Yeah.
I think it's only right you ask this last question.
We gotta know your favorite Nigerian meal.
I'm Igbo. There's one village dish called abacha.
Okay.
It's like in between pasta and rice. If they had a baby, if they had a youth together, that's what abacha would look like, bro.
I've never heard of that, you know.
Bro, it's peak. When my mum makes it, peak.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out for that one.
And last but not least, before we say thank you,
Ah.
it's only right.
Who delivered the pen? I didn't even see that.
bro.
Hey, I didn't even see that happening.
Baby must know.
All right, let's get this one. And look, we love a personalised message.
I mean, it would be amazing if you personalise it, mate.
Yeah, just.
Don't mind that.
We start here first because I'm no longer.
We're Nigerian, bro. But hey. There we go. That's just all about. Love that.
Thank you so
Come
much.
on, my
Well,
boy.
listen, Alex.
We got one more question though. One more before we wrap it up. We need you to look at the camera and tell somebody that they need to come on the inside scoop. What player are you?
That was
This guy's childish though. You see what I'm saying? He's childish.
I would have missed that one.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
my
Look, we
God.
can't say. Now we can't say come
on
here.
the
I can't say come
Dude,
here.
no one's coming on me, bro.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so what he meant to say was
How'd you
invite
a player. What player do you think we need to sit down and speak to?
and we'll have a good conversation with.
Because he's my brother and I'm with him almost every day. Calvin, Chinadu, Bassi.
Yes. Calvin, look, you was up next. Do you remember when we FaceTimed him when he was at Ajax?
Yeah.
He's come over here. He hasn't even shouted me once. He's
Bro, hey, he loves you, man, though.
No, we love him too, bro.
Big
What a
up, man. Big up,
So
big
Calvin, you're up next then, brother.
Let's go.
That call's coming. But listen, Alex, it's been a pleasure, bro. Thank you so much for taking your time out. Left us with some gifts and let us know about your career and everything else. Is there anything you want to tell the people? Because you are dropping. You have to let them know about Hop Out, though.
Yeah,
You got to let them know, though.
Yeah, Hop Out's out. Obviously, on my platforms, there's a lot going on. So Insta, YouTube, Snap, whatever. But main thing, I just want to say thank you to you, man, for inviting me here. Like, what you guys are doing is big. Obviously, I see you're off pitch.
Yeah.
Bro, keep doing your thing.
Thank you, bro.
I've known you for years now, bro. I've always looked up to you, so bro, keep doing your man.
Yeah, that made me feel like an unk.
Yeah, you are. He is on the. You're on status.
No,
You're on status. You're on status.
I own it.
That's big, bro.
Yeah.
I'm unks.
He's unks, bro. I think
wouldn't
there's
say he's unks.
big
I would say
bros
he's
about
big bro.
30. You're unk status.
moving like you ain't got unk body.
Oh, look how you say it. What about unk hairline? What about unk hairline? Take off the hat. No, what? Take off.
Oh, shit like that. Alex, it's been love, bro. Listen, that was with the inside scoop.
Yes.
You know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you're notified when we upload. All of Alex's socials will be in the bio as well. Look out for the music. Look out for, hopefully, a great end to the season.
Yes.
Hopefully, they can get into Europe, if not next year. And, of course, AFCON final. Sierra Leone, Nigeria, look out for it. Yo, it's your boy Harry Pinero, and welcome back to the Inside Scoop. Of course, I'm joined by my co-host, the one and only Culture Cams. This one here is the one. Jenny, one of the most nicest people I've ever met. Even though I've just met him today, but I feel like I've known him for a long time.
Me and him, we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you got way back, innit?
way back.
Oh yeah, you lot do what, Champions League shows and that? Oh, okay, cool. See, they're doing that thing. They're doing that thing. The one and only Amadou and Nana is in the building.
Clap it up, man.